laid on a box barrage of artillery, which had the effect of throwing up into the air a lot of the corpses which were strewed all over the ground, and really creating quite a lot of cover for us. So although I lost one or two men from this first artillery barrage, it did give us more of a chance, and I also took great advantage from a small stream which I found running towards the German trench, up which we waded for a bit until we were spotted. But gradually, one after another, my men became hit, and I think that the rage that I had as a result of this really gave me courage to go on, and the fact that every Sikh who could followed me wherever I led. We eventually finished up, I and one Lal Singh, we finished up quite close to our forward trench in a sort of fold of the ground. They had not the slightest idea what was happening in the front. They didn't know what all the trouble was about. So I shouted out to Captain Hyde Cates, who was commanding our party, and he looked over the back, and he went as white as a sheet. He thought he was seeing ghosts, and he said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, we've come with a box of bombs for you." And he said, "But you'll never make it." And I said, "Well, now, when I count 10, you will open up with every rifle and everything that you've got, and under cover of that, I shall try and get into the trench." So that worked. They did that, and we got in to the trench. Well, at once, of course, before they could almost undo the box of bombs, the Germans started bombing up the trench. But we were soon countering that, and I stayed with them. Unfortunately, Lal Singh was killed during that time. I stayed with them until it got dark, and then I walked back to my trench right across the open. And on the parapet of our trench, I found my orderly, Isha Singh, who had sat there all the time from 3 o'clock. He was the only person who was sure that I would come back. My death had been reported long before to the CO. He stood up and he saluted, and he said, "Wagaruji ka Khalsa, Sri Wagaruji ki Fateh," which was the Sikh war cry, and victory to the Sikh.